So I'm going to try to add Bluetooth input to my Saab 900 NG radio here. This is a little Bluetooth line output adapter I got on Amazon for about 30 bucks. And this is a little 12 volts in to 5 volts out to power USB. Also on Amazon, I think that was about $7. And I'm going to see if I can take this line output from the Bluetooth adapter and wire it into the radio. To open up the Saab 900 radio, remove the screws to take off the aluminum heat shield at the back. And then this top cover will come off when you remove its screws. The faceplate has little plastic tabs on either side, and there's a plug kind of right under here. So you can release the plastic tabs and wiggle the faceplate off. Now you take the top board off by wiggling these two little plugs apart. Now you can undo the screws for the cassette player, and that lifts up, and that has a little plug at the back. So our goal is we're going to tap into the signal ground, the left and the right channels from the tape deck out to the amp with our line in. On the back of the tape deck, this little black box right there is a switch, a micro switch. And when you stick a tape in, this little lever opens and closes that switch. So when this switch is open, when there's no connection on that switch, it thinks there's a tape inside. So we need to trick it to think there's a tape inside. So I've taken a knife and I've scratched out that upper trace there to break the connection, to make it open. So the tape deck will now always think there's a tape inside. Drilling a hole for the grommet in the side of the aluminum casting. I passed my RCA cable through the grommet and cut off the 3.5 millimeter jack. And I took the red wire and wired it to that pin, the white to that pin, and the black, both blacks, to that pin. And that is, the black is signal ground, the white is left, and the red is right. And if you need to trace them, you can see the printing here by the plugs for R, L, and the G, and it's actually that first G is the one. And now that it's going back together, you can see that the length of my wire going through the grommet and my housing here is perfect. All right, for my USB power adapter, I have tapped into the blue wire, which is the switched wire, switched 12 volt wire on the radio plug, and the ground wire, which is the black one. And I've used these inline splices. I'm going to put heat shrink over them so that they can't short out. The Bluetooth box and the power adapter fit nicely under the DIN tray there. All right, the radio is put back in place. It thinks there's a tape in there. It says tape play. And if you look at the phone here, we have a Bluetooth connection, and we can play music there. And on the radio, if I press like, radio or something, it now goes to an FM station. And if I press tape, it goes back to the Bluetooth input. This works. So two things I have noticed. If you press the eject button to eject the tape, it will turn off the tape input, and we had to pull the radio and remove power and then put the radio code back in to get it to play again. And also the input for the Bluetooth through the tape does not play as loud as the radio or the CD. A big thanks to Dmitry Platonov, who took these pictures and created a website back in 2006. It was very helpful for me to figure this out, and I will enclose the link in the comments below.